There he is.
There he is. You know, it's funny. You called me, uh, and my computer wanted to reboot, so I thought that would take like
So
10 minutes, and instead it just one of those times where it wanted to install 1,000 updates. So I kept checking in every 10 minutes to see when it was going to be done.
yeah, so I kept checking my phone, thinking, did this fucker just decide he wasn't going to call me back?
Oh, did I? You mean did I pull a AJ Slambino on you? Hmm. I
I mean, some may call it that, but
yeah. I was trust me, I was tempted to just not call you until like 10 o'clock tonight and be like, when are we doing this?
wow, that actually would have been funny.
Yeah, I know. That's why I was tempted to
Indeed
do
you
it.
are.
I understand humor.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, sure you do. Well,
By the
I
way, I still feel like shit.
I was gonna ask you how you
This is
feeling.
this is like like I don't even remember what I got when I got sick. I got sick like right at the New Year, didn't I? Whatever that Monday
Yeah.
was. And we're going on like 3 weeks of this bullshit. I just don't feel good.
Listen,
I mean, I did the
we're
home test.
concerned.
I'm clean,
Yeah,
but
yeah. Well, I mean, I was so concerned. I already reached out to the African pallbearers just in case he passed.
first
So,
first of
uh,
all, first of all,
well,
no, you didn't. First of all, no, you didn't.
you're right. I didn't, but you know what I did do? I just made sure the disco shirt that you're going to be buried in was ready to go.
Uh huh. All right, that's fair. That's
You
fair.
know, so
That's gonna be the longest running rib because, like, for some reason, we'll never get out to Vegas for me to do this
right.
punishment, and so like 30 years from now or 40 years from now, when I croak, uh, it, there's gonna be this disco shirt that goes in. I mean, disco will be long dead by then because come on,
Right.
you know, uh, but uh, but there'll be a
A
T-shirt
disco
waiting,
shirt.
a T-shirt waiting for me 40 years from now to be buried in.
The disco inferno shirt.
That's almost like that. Really, you should just decide that that's what the punishment is. That I have to be buried in a Disco Inferno shirt. And
That is pretty funny, though.
I mean that I would sign on to that one. That would be pretty fucking funny.
That would be funny.
And
That would be
and you demand it's open casket, so everyone has to see me in it.
has to see you in the disco inferno
Yeah.
shirt.
And the fun.
And
Yeah, go ahead.
and the best part is as you're laying there peacefully in your disco inferno shirt on your deathbed, we'll have an 8x10 signed by Disco laying
Oh
next to
god.
you. To Ben.
Best wishes on your future endeavors.
Stinko Inferno. Yeah,
Jesus.
that's it. Well, you'll never guess what I'm passing right now. A very famous, you are going to guess. A
Zaxby's.
very famous Atlanta landmark.
Atlanta.
A very famous Atlanta restaurant landmark.
Atlanta.
Come on.
Well, I mean, are we talking about the 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 varsity?
Come on. The Varsity, baby.
Okay.
It's right here to my left right now.
I was wondering, like when you said Atlanta, I was like, I had to think for a second.
It's funny because I pass it, a couple times a week, and since I lived here, I've only been once, and it's because somebody I worked with
That's
was
all you
like,
need.
"Hey, I want to go."
That's all you need.
Well, the guy was like, this guy came in from Texas, and he's like, "Hey, is there a way we can go to the Varsity?" And I'm like, "You want to go to the Varsity?" He's like, "Never been. I heard I have to go." I was like, "We can go, but I hope you brought a change of underwear today because you will shit your pants, my friend." So we went, we got the Varsity, and he was like, "That really wasn't that good." I'm like, "No, it's awful.
No, yeah.
It's absolutely
They
awful."
are
And everybody doesn't
totally
know.
riding on tourist reputation. Like,
Right.
there's no locals that eat at that fucking place.
No, no. And it's funny because I thought, like, one day I was with the kids, this is recently, we were passing, and I said, "You guys want to stop at the Varsity?" And they've never even been there. And both of them were like, "Oh God, no. We've heard it. We've heard enough. Like we live here now. We don't go there." I was like,
Right.
"Yeah." Now anybody doesn't. The Varsity has they're a I don't know how would you call it? It's like a fast food place.
Yeah,
right?
it's trying to be a little old timey, and it's like a vintage burger shop place. I mean, they
Yeah.
don't do the wheel the roller skates stuff, do they?
No,
Yeah,
but they're famous
but
for when you walk in. They
it's got that
say
feel though, right?
it
Yeah,
does, and they used to do the roller skate thing, but now, so what they're known for is when you walk in is the cashier says to you, "What do you have? What do you have?" That's
right,
what they say, and they still to this day. Uh, but the story was the guy who started, "What do you have? What do you have?" The guy who started that, he like worked there from when he was a child till he was like 90 something, and then he died. Like he
right,
literally died working there
right.
still. And that was his gimmick. What do you have? What do you have? And it just became a thing.
Sounds
But the
like
food is
sounds like the owner's autistic son or something.
no, but the food is so bad. It is like
Yeah,
the burgers are just like
it's
flat and
it's just one of
yeah.
those places that I think got featured in most all of those like food shows when you go to city
Right,
and you hit like
right.
a like 3 to 5 hot spots. It seems like it's always you know in those, and so
It is.
all the out of towners, all the people from across the country are like, oh, they know it's
Right,
ingrained from watching, like whatever diners, drive-ins and dives or whatever, whatever
right.
show they know, like, oh, you go in Atlanta, you got to go to the varsity. And it's not true. You don't. You don't.
Now, not only is it's in a really bad neighborhood too, so
Yeah. Well, not as
it's not in a good spot.
not as bad as Abdullah the
Abby's
butcher's place was.
that burned down. Yeah,
Yeah, the Jewish
yeah.
lightning.
Now, speaking of varsity here in Atlanta,
Uh-huh.
Georgia, what is the? Let's see if you can get this. What is the second place you would think of in Atlanta? An Atlanta restaurant landmark. Now, I know you've been there. I know you've been there.
Well, personally, I know of the Vortex, which is also a burger
There it is,
place.
the
Right.
Vortex.
Right.
Vortex is another gimmicky. It's a sit down restaurant.
It's nicer
Burgers,
burgers. They're like
right?
designer burgers or gourmet burgers or gimmick burgers.
They are,
Yeah.
and but the varsity is 18 and older. Kids are not allowed in. By the way,
You mean the
uh,
Vortex?
Vortex. Sorry, the Vortex. 18 and older. Kids can't go in there. When you walk in, there's a giant wooden penis you got to rub for good luck.
Yeah.
You got to give the penis a good little
Yeah.
shakedown
Is it like
for good luck.
is the wood like worn and shiny at the top from everyone
No,
rubbing it?
no, no. It's a nice piece of wood. I
No,
think they
but I'm
polish
saying
it.
like if you have a stained and varnished thing, like if people are rubbing it all in one place for a while, it might rub some of the. It might
It
look
looks
like
like the
it's been
wooden
rubbed.
penis has been refurbished.
You know,
Like maybe they refurbish it every once in a
like
while.
they
They
have
give it a
a
good shine. I don't
yeah.
know.
I don't know because like I've seen like statues
Yeah.
where like say a coach or someone in front of like a football stadium and people as they walk by they'll put their hand on like the whatever's reachable, which is like usually
Right.
the foot or something on the big pedestal, and that area will be like shiny, brand new looking, and the rest of the statue is weathered and worn, and if it's copper it's green, but in that spot where
Right.
everyone rubs their hand it's like brand new polished, because everyone's rubbing it,
Yeah.
so
But so my favorite thing at now when you talk, varsity sucks, but Vortex the the burgers they got all different kind, peanut butter and jelly on a burger. That one's
yeah,
the Elvis.
it's a good one. I've
Uh,
had that.
they got the breakfast burger. It's got to be 20, 30 different burgers on there.
Hmm.
But my favorite thing there, I haven't been there in years, was the sweet potato fries that they give you a side of marshmallow to dip it in. One of the most amazing things I've ever
Yeah,
eaten with a burger.
it
So just
was.
eating that with the burger, though.
It's funny because like I think you made such a big deal out of it when you first got it,
Yeah,
and I'm like, what place doesn't give you marshmallow dipping sauce with their sweet
I
potato
never had
fries?
that anywhere else.
Like
Where else have
Ale
you
House
had that?
used to do it all the time. They like a
Ale House has gone downhill, my friend.
yeah, they had like uh, a cinnamony version of it, of
Yeah,
marshmallow
no,
fluff.
no, no. Fuck Ale
It's
House.
delicious.
They're dead to me.
I mean, well, I don't know why they're dead
Dead
to
to
you.
me.
I don't know what they've done to you.
They are dead to me
Why?
because I ordered DoorDash from Ale House. Now
Oh, well,
Ale
okay.
House is another like sports bar burger joint. So I ordered DoorDash.
I can't wait to
I
dissect
ordered
this and see if it's DoorDash's fault or Ale House's fault.
Well, so I ordered chicken tenders for Nick,
Uh-huh.
chicken tenders for Lex,
Because
and I
your
got
kids are both 8 years old,
right.
right?
They're like yeah, right, dinosaur shapes.
Yeah.
Uh, I ordered myself a double bacon cheeseburger with French fries.
Uh-huh.
So the order comes, DoorDash. We take our food out, and Nick opens his chicken tenders, and I actually have a picture. I'm pretty sure I still have the picture. I don't think I deleted it because I was gonna tweet it. And I said, no, I don't want to be that guy. The chicken tenders, you get a zinger at Ale House. It's usually a nice fat tender. They were so little and skinny. It looks like they ran out of the ones that they should be using and just used whatever they
Well,
could find.
chicken zingers are different from the chicken like fingers or tenders or
Right,
whatever.
but these are zingers. They weren't zingers. They weren't the zingers. It looked
Right,
like they
because
used something
you
else.
didn't order zingers.
No. We did order zingers. It
Oh,
wasn't chicken. It's
oh,
zingers.
all right,
But
all
so
right.
then I opened my cheeseburger. Well, and then there's like no fries in there. Like they skimped on the fries. So then I opened my cheeseburger, and I really wanted a cheeseburger. The cheese wasn't melted. The burger was like all disheveled, like it was just all over the place. And they only put like 20 fries in there. There was no fries. And they were like, it wasn't. It just
Sounds
wasn't
like this is
good.
a
I was
DoorDash
really
issue.
upset.
Sounds like he drove a little
Not
recklessly, disheveled your
the
burger,
product.
and picked
DoorDash doesn't melt the fucking
and
cheese.
DoorDash
Does DoorDash
DoorDash.
melt your cheese?
But if the one complaint is your cheese isn't melted, you can nuke it for 15
It's a
seconds.
fucking big complaint.
Problem solved.
No,
Uh,
The
but
complaint
I'll
is the
tell you,
food looked very little.
that guy strategically took about like 7 or 8 fries out of each of your things, had
No,
himself
it's sealed.
a full portion of fries, driving over to your house, and you guys all got a little shorted.
No. It was sealed. It's Ale House. They're going downhill. I don't like them.
Well, I think they went downhill when they stopped doing the
The
chicken parm gimmick with
the
us.
chicken parm,
Yeah,
right? Because we both love the chicken parm deal,
yeah, we had hacks for it too, where we were
right?
like, don't order the sandwich, order the chicken parm dinner, but then just get extra garlic bread and make your own chicken
Garlic
parm
bread.
sandwich.
Right, and they don't even do it anymore.
No,
Can't even get it.
can't even
Shut
get
us out for the chicken parm sandwich.
They took like systematically. They would take my favorite item off the menu, and
Right,
then I would have a new favorite, and then
right.
a good like year and a half later, that one's gone, and then like 2 years later, whatever I settled on as my next favorite was gone. It was always whatever I liked. It wasn't like
Yeah, they knew.
it wasn't the stuff I didn't eat or didn't order. So yeah.
Right, like the osso buco is still on the menu. Who the fuck orders osso buco at Ale House?
No,
Like,
I don't know.
why would that even be on the menu
Right.
anymore?
Right. As far as I'm concerned,
That
they're still pushing like the original
right,
order, the original shipment. They got a great deal on, which is why it's still on the menu.
right. Like, why would that be on the menu?
Yeah.
Like, I don't think osso buco Ale House.
Right.
No, right. So, but speaking of restaurants and good restaurants in Atlanta, there's a third one. There's a
Uh-huh.
third one, and I don't know if you've ever been there, but I feel like if you're going to come to Atlanta and you want a an experience of food that is like different than other places, have you ever been to Mary Mac's?
No.
Never. So Mary Mac's has been around since like the 1900s,
Is that
like
like
the early
is that
1900s.
like Southern food, home cooking type stuff?
It's Southern
Yeah.
soul food.
You're you're breaking up because you maybe do this on a car ride.
What?
You're breaking up. You maybe call you in the car because
I
you're
hear you.
okay. Well,
I
now
don't have. I'm not breaking up.
you were.
So it's Southern soul food, like home style cooking.
Hey, depends who you ask, whether you're breaking up or not.
No, I hear you. It's Southern soul food, home cooking.
I was making a different type of joke. Anyway, yeah, Southern
I
soul
don't know
food
what you're
cooking,
saying.
please.
Right. So anyway,
Uh-huh.
I first time I went there, we went with like a group of work people, and we're sitting down, we're eating, and all of a sudden, this lady starts rubbing my shoulders, and I'm like, "Oh, what's going on here?" And it was this old lady. She's giving me a massage, and the guy in front of me is like, "Oh, relax, relax." I was like, "Relax? Who the fuck is this woman rubbing my neck over here?" And they're like, at the time, this is pre-COVID, obviously. They're doing a this is what it was part of like what Mary Max did in the 1900s.
Ham
They would
hock,
give you a massage
ham
as you
hocks
like
and
ate.
ham hocks and hand jobs. What's going on over
They
there?
were giving you like a massage, like when you like. So like she's giving the old rub down as I'm eating like my mac and cheese, and I'm like, okay, this isn't half bad. Like this is actually not so bad. But it's awkward at first, especially if you don't know, you catch you off guard. Now they don't do it with the COVID era. You don't touch people, so touching's not allowed. So they don't do that. But
Right.
uh, so my favorite meal there, because I've been there like since I lived here now, I've been there
What's
numerous
what's
times.
fucked up is you can't go to your place of work and start giving female customers
Right,
unsolicited neck rubs.
right. I'd
You
be
know what?
fired. I'd be arrested.
You'd be neck rub guy.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
the food there is fantastic. Mac and cheese, fried chicken, out of this world. Out of this world.
Your neck,
Like,
the back of your neck
top
probably
notch.
smelled like fried okra for 2 weeks.
Right. Well, because like they smell like everything smells like fried in there, and you're getting this rub down. And this lady had to be like in her 70s, and she's giving me this rub down as I'm eating mac and cheese, and I'm like, I'm trying not to catch a Woody under the table while this is all happening because I mean you're getting your neck rubbed, you're eating really good mac and cheese. It's like, you know,
Yeah,
you
you
know what I
get
mean?
sexually confused. Next thing you know, you want to stick your dick in some warm cornbread.
Well, I mean, right? You're like, I'm like, I got to go to the bathroom, and they were like, "What were you in the bathroom so long for?" I was like, "Don't worry about it." Why'd you bring
Wasn't
the
that
cornbread
long?
with you? Don't worry about it. Right,
Wasn't that long?
right. I mean, and
Why?
you're flogging the dolphin in the bathroom while you're eating cornbread. You know,
Oh
so
fuck!
but and they're all females, so it's not, it's like females, and the women are getting the rub down from the females too. It's like, it's just
So
that's how it was.
I think that even if there were men working there, I think it has to be women given the rub downs, anyways.
Well, I mean, like I went there like recently, and I was disappointed the rub downs had ended. I was like, oh, come on. And the kids were like, what? I was like, no, never mind. I was like,
Don't worry about it.
and Nick's like, wait, did you say that the lady massages you while you eat? I was like, yeah. He's like, that's weird. I don't want anybody touching me when I eat. Like,
Yeah, but your kid thinks
Nick
everything's
didn't think
weird.
it was as cool, right?
Yeah.
So, and Lex was even worse because she's just a mean child. She was like, nobody's touching me. I was like, all right, relax, relax.
Yeah, you don't
But
get a choice anyways. When a 70-year-old lady
I
comes
didn't
up
have a choice.
comes
Right.
up behind you and starts giving you the old,
I was taking my shoes off the first time because I was like, "We going for the toes next?"
yeah,
Like, then maybe she'd give me like a foot rub down. I had a long day, but
yeah.
you know, so but the food's fantastic. If you've never been to Mary Mac's, you got to go. The food, if you like soul food, out of this world, like
Yeah.
home cooking, good stuff. The meatloaf there, amazing, amazing. So yeah, now that we've told everybody about all the Atlanta food secrets, not that they're secrets.
Well, I think we've pounded the first one pretty hard over the years that the varsity
Yeah,
ain't shit.
it ain't. No, it gives you shits.
It ain't shit. Although I do have a nice picture with Jackie in front of the varsity.
Of course you do. Of course you do.
Uh,
Of course.
and we
I feel like Jackie liked it.
and we took a picture in no, he didn't. And we took a picture in front of Abdullah the Butcher's house of ribs and Chinese
Yeah.
food.
And Abdullah, I thought it was cool, but yeah, we talked about that before,
Delicious.
but that got burnt down
Delicious. Yeah, it got
somehow, some way.
burned down.
Yeah, it probably was Honest John because he wasn't very honest.
Mm. Listen,
So
if you got to take
yeah.
care of your guy.
I got something else. Enough. We've talked about food enough here.
Yeah.
I got to ask you something.
Oh, here we go. It's a
You're
Q&A. Q&A. Here we go.
you're in your older age.
Yeah,
now,
yeah, here we go.
nowadays.
Here we go. Yeah,
I just turned 41
yeah. Uh-huh.
2 days ago. It's like my body knew. I turned 41 and I have had the worst hip pain of my life. And I'm toying with the idea of, is it just because I'm old now and my hip hurts, like it comes with the territory? Like, or is it because I'm over 280 pounds right now?
Over. I like the way you put over.
281.
Oh, I got to update your nickname on the group chat, Mr.
Is
281.
it that my hip at this point is like, bro, 281. We can't continue to hold this weight any longer. Like the hip is burning. It hurts so bad it's burning.
Okay.
So like
Look, look.
what?
I would
I gotta
sure.
lose weight.
I would sugarcoat this for you, but you'd probably eat it too. So let me just say that it's because you're fat. It's not. There's no way your
Yeah.
body realized that the clock had struck midnight and you were turning back into a pumpkin or something. Okay, that's not the way it works. So yeah, no, it's because you're fat. You put on that. Trust me, your body registered gaining an extra pound more than it did gaining an extra year. At the stroke of midnight. Trust me.
Well, but
Trust me.
here's the deal.
Yeah.
Here's the deal.
Now, now
It,
you
it, it hurts.
now,
It
what did
hurts.
you
And
do? Did you treat yourself to a whole birthday cake on your birthday? Or
I
maybe
didn't
like
even have cake.
maybe like a nice Carvel, fucking Fudgy the Whale or something
No,
like that?
I didn't even have cake. Nobody got me a cake. Nobody blew out the candles. I'm not a big birthday guy. To me, birthdays are just, it's another
Yeah,
day. It's not really a big
I
deal.
pretty much ignore
Like,
it too.
right. Like, I mean, maybe when I was younger it was cool, but it's not cool
Yeah, I'm
anymore.
I'm
Like,
definitely not one of those stooges that like starts talking about
right.
how it's their birthday month is coming up and it's my birthday week and it's like Jesus Christ, like how long can you milk it? And I know what you're doing. You're trying to remind everyone it's your birthday so that you get a little
Right, right.
attention and
So, yeah, I'm
maybe
not,
some.
I'm not the birthday guy.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So, I will say this. So, I'm
Plus,
41 now. The
well,
hip
plus,
hurts.
plus, my birthday got hijacked all those years when Jessica would have her
Right. You
birthday.
did.
She had her birthday like if I'm the 27th, she's like the 24th or something. So
Yeah.
any like corresponding weekend, it was always her birthday deal. I
Yeah,
wasn't
you
like
were
I
just
was
there.
allowed to plan. Yeah, it was like
Right.
either all of my friends that are friends with her and Jackie,
Yes.
either I have to do a shared thing where it's whatever she wants to do, or or I'm trying to compete. And
Yeah, we weren't there for you.
no, of course not. I know, of course. So I ended
Yeah.
up
But
I ended up getting well. This is before we get into your thing. This is how it ended up getting relegated. It ended up getting relegated. Jessica got the like whatever outing on the weekend or whatever, where we went somewhere where she wanted to go and blah blah blah, and I would get relegated to that Sunday was always the Royal Rumble, and
right.
and I think it gets pushed back a week now, so I don't even get Rumble cake anymore. But they would get a birthday cake at Jackie's during the Royal Rumble that we would do candles and blow, and that was it.
You would blow the candles, not actually do blow.
Well, which decade are we talking
I get.
about?
I guess it depends what year this was.
Right.
Yeah. Well, I was gonna say like I turned 41 and the hip was bad, like it's burning, and I start thinking, oh my god. So I Google
That's
like
bone on bone.
well, I Google hip burning sensation, and what do you think it says? I mean,
Oh,
it's
you
just
got
flat out,
cancer.
it's
You're
right
dying.
there.
You're dying. You got
No, it says you're overweight. So I was like, oh, all right. Ruined my
I thought you
fucking
really.
birthday.
I think you went down the WebMD rabbit hole where you diagnosed
No, it
yourself
says
with like 8 terminal diseases.
no, I'm overweight, and it's just the pressure, and it's causing it to hurt, and
Mm,
into my battle with sciatic issues. So I mean, Google was like, you're a fat fuck, lose weight. It's not because you're 41.
right.
So, but
As as you've now
I don't think I'm there to lose weight yet. I'm not motivated.
as
to.
you've
It's not.
now restarted your TikToks where you're eating candy again and
I know.
and
I know. You would
chocolates and
think the
stuff.
2 weeks off I would have lost weight. Nope.
No.
So no, not a pound. And I told myself that I was going to start working out tomorrow.
Hmm.
But we'll see. I didn't say I was dieting. I'm going to work out,
Hmm.
not dieting. But today I had
Yeah. Listen, they say abs are made in the kitchen, not the gym.
a good thing I'm not looking for abs
Well,
because
uh,
today for lunch
the
I
search the search for Sasquatch would be more productive than the search
true,
for your
true,
abs.
true. Better chance of finding Sasquatch.
Yeah.
Today I was like, I told myself that I was not going to eat all day. I was going to wait till I get home and eat dinner.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
But it was like 12 o'clock, and I'm driving, and I was taking a different route, and I'm in like this area is like residential. There's like businesses, and I see Greenfield's Bagels shop, and I'm like, I, instantly I was like, I want a fucking bagel. So I turn in, and I was like in the car, like having a discussion with myself. And I was like, "You're 41 now. You're 281 pounds. Your hip is telling you that it like can't carry you anymore. My feet are screaming. I'm probably going down the route of Jackie Gout." And I'm like, "You don't go inside. You're gonna back up the car. You're gonna go to your store, and you're gonna just wait." And it got the best of me. I put it in park. I got out of the car and I ordered a egg ham and cheese egg bagel. I got an orange juice, and they put two little potato latkes in there. Well, I fucking ate those too, and yeah, I ate all that, and then I go to my store and they got cookies, and I'm eating Chips Ahoy cookies. Like there's no end in sight to this. Like I'm gonna just be fat forever. I just can't be skinny. I wasn't meant to be.
I mean, you can. You just yeah.
No, no. Listen, when I was made, they made me. They were like, this guy will be fat forever. He's not going to be
All
skinny.
right.
It's not. It's not possible. It's not possible.
All right.
But you listen.
Well, that's only.
Listen, pal.
I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why you've accepted this because you're Kavorka and you don't need to be thin and attractive to get ass. It just throws itself at you because it's the call of the animal, the Kavorka, and it has nothing to do with what you look like or any of that. I mean, we all know you've got you're a cheap fuck with a shit attitude. That ain't drawing in the women like flies to honey. So let's fucking it's let's just be honest. It's all the Kavorka. It's an intangible fucking thing that we're lucky and you're the one out of 10 million people that have it. And it just means that you could dip yourself in shit and women would still throw themselves at you and just say, "What a unique odor you have. I want to fuck you." So I look, yeah, of course you don't have to. There's no motivation to lose weight. Like, oh, my hip hurts. Well, I'm still getting tail, so doesn't matter. Fuck it. That's the way it's gonna work. Listen. The rest of us have to be presentable and actually
Wait a second.
we have to be presentable. We have to be pleasant. We have to we can't have too many fucking marks in the against column because we don't have the Kavorka working for us over time like you do.
Well, I mean, you were made on the same fat conveyor belt I was made on. They were like, this guy's gonna be fat and that guy's gonna be fat.
Yeah,
like, that's it.
And I did much better when I wasn't fat. It doesn't matter.
Well, I was trying to explain this Kavorka to my ex-wife because Lex, our daughter Lex, like all the boys are all like they're all over, like they all love her.
It didn't skip a generation, huh? It just skipped Nick. It knew better.
It just skipped Nick. It skipped Nick. Fuck him. He deserves it.
Nick definitely doesn't deserve it. That's for sure.
He wouldn't know how to use it. He couldn't handle it. It's too much for him.
Right.
Too much for him. So it skipped him and went to Lex, and Lex is like all these boys, and so I'm trying to explain to them the Kavorka, and they're like, "Yeah, I don't get it." I'm like, "Yeah, they'll never get it."
Just
I was like,
show
Lex,
them.
when you get older,
just show them the Seinfeld episode.
No, my ex has seen the Seinfeld episode. She knows where it comes from. She's just like, I don't know why. How would Lex get it? I was like, we're just born that way. We can't help it. It's not. It's not something we can control. Like,
I didn't learn this in a fucking Asian monastery while along with the kung fu.
Right. And Lex has got he's got all these guys like all want to date her and there's even some girls. I was like, look, it comes with the territory. Like this is how it is. Like you're 14 years old. It gets a lot worse. I promise you.
You've had some Care Bears chasing after you, haven't you?
Some what?
Some bears.
Oh yeah, I get messages all the time from bears, and they're like, "Well, I'd love to shove your hairy nipple in my mouth," and I'm like, "Whoa!" Like, so it's just it. But yeah, skip Nick though. Thank God it's skip Nick because he couldn't handle it. He can't handle cleaning a toilet He can't handle flushing a toilet. He
You
can't handle
let's
taking the garbage out.
let's be honest. You couldn't handle having Nick the way your situation is, young, married, kids, whatever. Your dad at least could handle that. You don't need Nick getting lucky all the time and
No.
getting in trouble. You should thank the stars that
Yeah, but Nick's the opposite now. You know, like oh, I love my girlfriend. I'm like, yeah, she's not gonna be there in like 3 years. Stop it. Like, let's just be real here, pal. He gets so mad. Why would you say that? I was like, I've been there. I've been there. Like, you know, I always use the line to Nick. I always say, look at your mother. She didn't make it. She lasted 5 years. She's gone, pal. Like, you know, he doesn't like when I say that, obviously, because it's his mother. But you know, it's like it's just how it works.
yeah, well,
How it works.
yeah. Well,
So
when you've got but when you've got the Kavorka, at least that really should be the way it works because why waste the Kavorka? You married 25 years to the same woman. What a waste.
right.
Especially if this force of nature is pulling all this in towards you. It's there's
Right.
no
Well,
yeah.
well, speaking of the dick, he's actually calling me. So, have we hit our time on this podcast? Because I don't know what he could possibly want at 5:11 p.m.
There isn't a time. You should. I'll just quietly listen in. You should just put
No,
it.
I'm not. I'm not. No, we're not doing that. Who knows what he will say?
I mean, if you want to
So,
talk to him, it's like you should see if he. You should just let it go and see if he calls you right back again. He's probably just.
Oh, he's calling my work phone.
He's probably calling to let you know
No,
that
I gotta pick him up.
either
That's
that the
why.
toilet's clogged or that he
No,
wants.
I gotta pick him up for practice. I bet.
Fuck him.
All right. All right. I gotta go. That was enough today.
I like the
I'm worn
idea of
out.
making Nick
Yeah.
think he doesn't have a ride home.
Well, that's all I got. All right. Adios.
All right. And once again, pots and pans here, but this time it's Nick.
Yep. All right. Goodbye.
Bye.